An email blast, MidwestMixtapes.com. They work with several magazines, college radio campaigns, and street teams in multiple cities.
What's good? This is Kelby Cannon, publisher of Making It Magazine, here to let all my independent artists, producers, and DJs know about MakingItMag.com. Not only are we Atlanta's #1 magazine for the urban music industry, but we're a national platform that provides real opportunities, real exposure, and real industry connection. Just log on to MakingItMag.com, sign up for your membership, and start submitting music to get booked on major shows, magazine features, radio interviews, sponsorships, and more great opportunities. That's MakingItMag.com, doing dope stuff for dope artists, 10 years strong. It's going down.
Here's another exclusive interview on K100 Radio.
K100, you bastard!
Right. What up? Shots are fired. What's happening? Yeah. Welcome, everybody. I am your host, Blizzum. We are back for another back-to-back direct line interview on K100 Radio. Right now, we're going to bring the homie on the line. We're talking to the homie, Kevspeakstruth, man. His name is so unique. I'm getting ready to bring him on the line right now, man. Yo, Kev, what's going on, homie? Welcome to K100 Radio. What up, bro?
What up, man? I'm doing great. How you guys doing out there?
I'm great, man. First of all, welcome to the broadcast. I'm gonna give you a second and let you introduce yourself to the people, man. Go ahead and tell the people who we rocking with right now.
All right, what's good, everybody? My name is Kevspeakstruth. I'm a young artist coming out of Florida. I'm all about having fun, getting people moving, basically just spreading good vibes, getting people in an excited mood for the day.
All right, good stuff, man. Welcome to the show. All right, so first of all,
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we want to break down again, like we just talked to another artist who came to us by way of Making It Magazine, and now we're going to talk to another artist who came to us by way of BDF for Life Magazine. The homie was down in Orlando, Florida, right? Rocking stages, doing his thing. You feel what I'm saying? And
yes,
we're one of the sponsors of that event. You know, we tell some of our other affiliates out here, listen, man, you got something going on, hit us up. I mean, we can sponsor it. And if any, come across some dope talent, he went down there. It was an event. I'm going to let him tell you about it. And he rocked the stage. He won the prize. And one of those was an interview over here and to be spotlighted on the Direct Line interview on K1's Radio. But tell us about that event, how it went down, the show. Give everybody the rundown, bro.
All right, awesome. So basically, the day, probably 3 or 4 days before the show, Black Ice hit me up basically on Facebook and was like, hey, I came across your video or something from one of my Facebook pages or something. And he was like, I got this showcase coming up, and you have the opportunity to win a couple different interviews, and basically just telling me all about it. And I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. Let me take the risk. And he's like, the last guy that I had come out here to do this show, he actually won it. It was his first time performing. And I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. This would actually be my first time performing on that level, because I've done open mics and that kind of stuff, but nothing at this level of performance. So I was like, all right, cool. So I signed up, got the tickets, sold probably out of the 15 tickets I got, I sold 12. So I showed up with 10 or 11 people. And basically just showed up, and the whole kind of club was or the venue was kind of taken aback by the fact that I had so many people with me, and I was like, nah, man, we came to turn it up, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get y'all into this. So my mom came, her girl came, my girl came, all my friends came, my little cousins came, it was pretty dope. I was like, yeah, I gotta get them in here, you know what I'm saying? Right. So after that, I went ahead, I killed the performance. I had the whole crowd moving. You know what I mean? There was some great performers that night, don't get me wrong. But I just think that I had a little more touch with the crowd and with the audience who really were into my music. They'd never heard the song before. They were bopping up and down and jumping up and down. That was, so that was a good feeling for me. I was like, all right, I did my job. And afterwards, when they announced me as a winner, I was like, wow, this is a big moment. It's the first time I ever won anything for my music. My mom was super excited, of course, and whatnot. So from there, Hollywood Angel and Black Ice were like, listen, this is kind of the next step. We're going to take your information. We're going to give it out to all of our different sponsors. One of them happens to be K100 Radio. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And it's kind of just where I'm at now. Like I said, it's an amazing experience, and I'm blessed and thankful to have the opportunity. That Black Ice came across me the way he did, and it worked out the way it did. Because, like I said, this is all a gift. You know what I mean? I'm blessed enough to be able to put my voice out on the stage or out on the airwaves for people to enjoy. That's all I've ever wanted. So, yeah.
That's dope, man. Congratulations on that. And hey, man, don't let anybody tell you no different. When you get called out like that, and you get called to do a show, hey, man, you're supposed to show up. You're supposed to come up. You're supposed to pull up deep, let everybody in, or get everybody in, however it goes through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can't let everybody in. Somebody got to bring. Hey, if they really support you, they'll bring them $10 to come in there with you and turn up with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have a support system. We was talking about it before about how important it is to have family and friends and people who really rock with you as an independent artist. And let's touch on that real quick before we get into the music. We've got some songs that we're gonna get ready to run by you. I wish I would have been there to see the actual performance, but we got the music, and I'm pretty sure if you won that contest, you had to have something that the people like. But let's talk about your grind as an independent artist. Being able to get people, sway people, convince people as an artist to follow your movement before you a star is by and far one of the hardest things to do. And it's hard to do with people who've known you your whole life. We're talking family, we're talking friends, we're talking neighbors. So it's extremely hard to get a complete stranger who doesn't know you to do it. You feel what I'm saying? And so what are some of your tactics to get people on board besides just making some really great music? How do you coerce people to come out and support you like that?
I mean, to be honest, one thing that one of my friends taught me a while back was the answer is always no until you ask. So it really came down to me just being like, you know what, like I had to take a leap on myself and actually just go and ask people like, hey, would you be willing to come out to the show? Would you be willing to pay $10 or $5 to come out to the show? And some people, of course, like, nah, man, like I can't do it. I got other things. And then some people are like, nah, for real, I got you. And they actually showed out. You know what I mean? So a lot of it was just like, just kind of having the balls to just like go and do something about it. And that, I think, is something that's really important in anything you do in any industry, whether it's music or art or business, whatever it is. You got to be willing to take that first step because nobody's going to take the first step on you until you do. So that was kind of like what it was for me. I was like, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm going to, push it to the fullest potential as I can. Like, for me, I was like, whether I win or lose, it's a win for me because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here at this showcase that a week ago I didn't know I was going to be at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm blessed enough to be here. So, cool. If I win, great. If I don't, it is what it is. But like I said, like, it really comes down to just, like, being able to put yourself out there, but don't be afraid to. You know what I mean? I think people are also afraid, like, because music is so personal, they're afraid to be a person with their music. It's like, this is what I make, but, it doesn't mean that this is everything that I am. You know what I mean? Like, this is just a small section of who I am and what I want to do. And even with my family, like, I come from a very old school Hispanic family. All my aunts and uncles are cops and FDNY, and, like, they all live in New York, and they're service members. They're good people, but I grew up in a different environment, living down here in Florida, different place. Seeing different things, so my perspective on a lot of different things is going to be different from them. But they've all come to learn and kind of love and embrace me because they're like, wow, like, this is awesome to see you pursue something you really believe in, because we want to see you succeed, no matter what it is. So I think it's a good opportunity, and ultimately, I want to be able to be an icon not only in my family but to kids of the same background as me. Like people of Hispanic background or Black background or of just color, that you don't have to live life a certain way to be successful, or you don't have to be a certain kind of artist to be successful and to be impactful. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just be impactful, being influential in some way, shape, or form. Yeah,
good stuff, man. I like it. Like the answer. And it's especially in these times. Well, you've got, and I didn't know it until you said it. Sometimes we just, we don't meet people up front. We just have pictures, and we read a little bit of the bio. I didn't know your Hispanic heritage and anything like that. And so just crossing over that and blending that in with hip hop. And then you said you got people who are, police and everything. And, the state of the country and the state of America and right, like hip hop and the urban community right now are definitely not on the same wavelength with law enforcement. So having all of that, what I'm saying, going on inside of your family, but they're still supporting you, is really good, man. It's a difficult place to be in. And since you brought that up, let me ask you a really difficult question. That was an easy one. Let me give you a hard one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Angela Harris checking in with BDF for Life magazine over there on the Facebook Live page. I see Lex the songwriter, is checking in over there. Big ups to my people rocking with us over there, supporting these independent artists. Shout out to April Showers, that was over on Instagram Live too. Everybody's checking us out that's live right now. We're talking to Kevspeakstruth on K100 Radio right now. This is a direct line interview. All right, so I got to ask you this. And this is kind of a difficult question, Kev. So, how much of a responsibility do you feel? How important is it for you that you convey certain types of messages in your music, and do you shy away, since you have so many service members in your family? Would you shy away from tackling a topic like police brutality in your music? You know, when that could really hit home with some of the people who actually are supporting you around the way. How do you make that decision about whether or not you should address it in music, address it on social media, or should you just be like, some people take the stance, if you're an artist, you shouldn't be saying anything because you need all the fans you can get right now. Over at K100 Radio, we don't subscribe to any of that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but how do you feel about it? How do you feel about it?
I mean, me personally, I feel like if you have a platform, if you're an artist of any way, shape, or form, people look at you for some reason. Kids look up to you. You should say something positive with your platform. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, I think in the state of hip-hop right now, we have a lot of music that's meant to be for party music. You know what I'm saying? You're meant to listen to when you're with your friends, you out and about, whatever. But my thing is that you have a lot of kids who are 10, 11, 12, 13 years old who are listening to this music, and they think it's cool to pop Xanax or to be out doing, you know, hitting licks and doing stupid shit they don't need to be doing, you know what I mean, on their own at that age. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I really wanted to take my voice and be honest. That's where Kevspeakstruth comes from. Is like, I'm gonna be honest about everything that I am and everything that I do, and that's with my family. You know what I mean? Like, they may not agree with the lifestyle that I carry with certain things or my opinions with certain things, but at the end of the day, like, respectfully, they gotta kind of just like deal with it. You know what I mean? Because this is who I am. I'm not gonna change who I am, or the reason why I'm doing this just because they don't like it. You know what I mean? That was also something that I had to learn for myself with my parents. Like, my parents are amazing, super supportive people, but they both really wanted me to go to school, get a full 4-year degree, and do that whole thing. And I was like, listen, you know, I'll go to school, but I'm gonna be honest with you. After school, I'm done. Like, I'm not going back. Like, I'm going straight to music. That's my plan. I actually finished my last day of classes today. And I graduate this upcoming week. So it's really just been like realizing that if I want to make it happen, if I want to influence people, I have to be honest. Because at the end of the day, like, you could try to put up a front, you could try to, you know, dye your hair a million different colors or do whatever, but people are always going to find out the truth about you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, whether it's from your hood or somebody that you grew up with, is going to be the one to hit up TMZ and be like, oh, really? By the way, this is really what he was like before all the crowd, before all the fame, before all the diamonds and everything. You know what I'm saying? I try to eliminate the middleman is the way I look at it. I learned that, honestly, from Childish Gambino in his first mixtape. He has a song, and then when he talks about that idea, or not, I'm sorry, not first mixtape, his first album, Camp. He has a song on there where he talks about cutting out the middleman, like just always being himself, so there was never a need to try to upsell himself or to seem cool to anybody. Like, I am who I am. If you like me, great. If you don't, like, that sucks. You're still going to end up having to like me because you're going to see me on TV. You're going to hear me on the radio. You're going to like me eventually. So,
right.
Not to sound cocky, that's kind of the way I look at it, you know? So
that's a good plan,
that's how I deal with it. And at the end of the day, I also feel like because my family is in the service industry, that gives me an opportunity to say, hey, like, it may not be you guys, but the people that you work with have this kind of influence or are doing these kinds of things to minorities. And my family members who are in the force, we have plenty of conversations about it. We're like, you know, it's just like with any other job. You're always gonna have the bad apples, and you know who they are. But our job, unfortunately, only limits us to worry about what's immediately in front of us. We can say, hey, you know, this person, we notice these different things, different trends. But like with any job, there's politics with everything, especially with cops. And at the end of the day, they're just someone trying to do a good job. I think every cop goes into that field hoping that they're going to be a good person and do the right thing and help people and help families. But sometimes circumstances maybe push you in the wrong situation or put you in the wrong place at the wrong time, just like some of the criminals that they come across. So I think it's two sides to the coin.
Yeah. All right. I like that answer, though. But, I mean, I guess it really is important, you know, that somebody, you know, especially in your position with so many different angles, you know, and so many different things going on in their background, to just speak their truth. Kev speaks truth, and that's where we're at right now. It's K100 Radio. Direct line interview. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you about that name. Like, what made you the name? How'd you come up with, you know, just putting that tag, just adding that whole thing as part of the mantra, as part of the name? Kev speaks truth. You like most people would have been like Kev the Truth or Kev. I don't know. Kev the Truth would have been like the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But speaks truth. What made you want to go with that?
So actually, I used to do like slam poetry and like all that kind of stuff before I really got into rapping. Ever since I was like 10 years old, I've been writing poetry. And when I did poetry, I went under the name Manifest Your Own Truth, which is basically like to create your own truth. And I had started rapping when I was like 13, and I had like multiple different names that I had gone through. And then when I was about 17, I kind of just was sitting down thinking about it, and I was like, I want a name that's not going to hide who I am, but it's also something that isn't who I am. Like, I wanted to play two cards. So the idea of Kevspeakstruth is that is me, who I am as a person, but he's also another part of me. He's also the more confident side of me. He's also the more braggadocious side of me. He's also the side of me that maybe is a little more aggressive with certain things, because I'm able to feel like I can highlight certain parts of my personality through my music. And that's something I try to do with the genre that I'm creating, which is called vibe and bass. And that's basically this idea that like my music is going to take you away from where you're at. You're going to press play, and whether I made a song about, you know, dancing in the club, or I made a song about, you know, a bad breakup, or going to see a family member or whatever, you're going to immediately feel like you're there. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that you're going to want to vibe with, you're going to want to listen to while you're driving or when you're with your family. And eventually I wanted to get to a point where it can be that music that you play in the background at the barbecue, and you may not even know who the artist is. You hear it and you're like, wow, I like the way this sounds. You know what I mean? Like, that's the goal for me, is make music that can be that music that's so great that it can be listened to for the substance. It can be listened to just for the sound. It can be listened to just for the feeling that it gives you. You know what I mean? Because to me, that's timeless music. That's what makes Kanye, and J. Cole, and, you know, Kendrick, who he is. You know what I mean? Like, their music is timeless. You listen to it at any point in time, you immediately feel like you're with them. So
it's really weird that I talk to so many artists. We run across so many people in so many ways, and it's just weird that I'm hearing all of these young artists that we're coming across mention and talk about. You know, that's what makes a J. Cole or a Kendrick who they are and separated. But it's crazy, because it still seems like you would think the masses, the way that music is pushed, you would think that a lot of the young people just really want trendy music. But every time I talk to the young artists, it's like all of you guys are like, nah, I'm trying to do something different. You know, not all of you, but more than what is portrayed in mainstream outlets and mainstream media. You feel what I'm saying? Of course, we're an obscure outlet over here, and we're internet radio, so of course we're gonna have the advantage of, you know, being able to say, no, fuck all that. We're gonna find dope stuff and what we feel is dope. You know what I'm saying? And support that.
Exactly.
But it's really weird to just keep coming across artists who always have these things to say about those kind of artists like Cole and Kendrick. And it's like you guys are on the same wavelength with those guys, but it's like, you know, how do you feel as an independent artist about making trendy music? And you said something about the genre. What was that genre that you said you wanted to create?
Yeah, it's a genre that like I'm cultivating, like I'm putting together. It's called vibe and bass, or B&B.
Okay.
So basically, vibe and bass is like I said, it's music that's meant to make you move. It's music that's meant to take you away from where you're at. And even in that, the idea that I have for it is that I like to take current sounds, like even like a trap sound, or even a certain kind of pop sound, like be able to take that and add my own elements to it and make it into my own. So like, I think it's cool. Like even now, like I'm working on something that's gonna be dropping later on this summer with a local producer out here that is all trap-based beats, but it's my approach to trap-based beats. So like, even though I purposely name certain songs after things that people would be like, oh, I know what the song is gonna be about, and then when we listen to it, it's nothing like what they expected.
Right.
So the idea that I have with it is, I think like, if you want to make trendy music, cool, that's fine. Make trendy music. If that's your sole goal and purpose is to make profit, cool, do that. If you want to make trendy music to get your foot in the door, cool, do that. My thing is if I'm gonna do trendy music, it's gonna be on my terms. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it to where somebody hears it, they're gonna be like, wow, like I normally am a fan of this genre of music, whether it's trap or whatever, but hearing him on it makes me like it even more. You know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky enough that the song that I just dropped a single on Apple Music called The One, and that one's like a trap-based kind of like beat. But because my voice is a lot softer, I'm a lot more melodic, it bounces really well with like the darker, you know, ominous tones that are made in the beat. And I produced the beat, so I made it for that reason.
Right.
That's also why I do all my own production for the most part, aside from like the most recent stuff I've been doing. Because I like to make sure that my hand is directly related into that pot. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be a man of all trades, jack of all trades, because I also feel like that's how you create opportunities. I mean, at the end of the day, whether you're signing to a label or you're signing with a company, like if a company or a label is going to come to you and say, hey, Kev, you know, you're great, we want to sign you. Again, it's going to be on my terms. Like, I got my own fan base. I own all my masters. Everything is mine. So what are you offering me?
Right,
you know what I mean?
right,
That's
right.
the biggest thing is
Exactly.
putting myself in a position where I can benefit the people that care for me and are supporting me the best way possible. Because I think a lot of artists now, the younger ones, like, they sign for these, like, ridiculous deals, like $300K. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're worth a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but they don't see it. They don't
sign
see it.
shit
Yeah, they don't
yet.
see it. Yeah.
You
So let's,
do, you
we
know what
gotta,
I'm saying? So you got
yeah,
that.
we gotta jump into
You
the
know
music.
for a fact this is what your distribution deal is going to be like, or this is what, you know, how much you're going to be expected to pay back. That's the thing that they don't think about. They're like, okay, that's $300K, but guess what? You got to pay all that back, buddy.
Right.
Plus interest, not including that you got to pay your money back to your manager and every other person in the label who's working with you. Like, it's a game. You know what I mean? So, like, just like with anything, whether it's, and that's legal or illegal. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's the same idea. People are always trying to flip their game. So if you're going to flip your game, be smart about it. You know what I'm saying? Put the best product quality out. Put the best thing you can out, and make sure that you have everything you need. So that way, when someone is ready to receive that or take that and push it further, you're getting the most out of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day,
hold up.
some of these people, when they sign you and they just sticking a flash in the pot. They're not looking for somebody to say,
Hold up. All right. Hold up. You know, all right.
sorry.
So let me get to the music because we can run out of time. All right. We got to play the songs. We got to do that.
Yeah, I did.
All right. So all right. So we got two songs that we're gonna play by you. Which one do you want us to run first? We got The One and we got Midnight Passenger.
Let's play the one first because that's the more hype one.
All right. So tell me about this song really briefly and explain it to us what we're about to hear,
All right.
and then we'll run it.
The one is basically my way of showing people that I can do any kind of music. That's the best way to put it.
Okay. That was pretty simple.
That's
Let's check
right.
this one out. This
Yeah,
is called The
it's-
One.
it's for
This
that-
is
for
Kev.
that purpose.
Right. This is Kevspeakstruth. Name of this one is called The One. This is K100 Radio, direct line interview. Check this joint out. All right.
You are tuned into K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
Hey, it's 1:20 a.m. My girl knocked out next to me. Just got back from this concert. That shit was hella flea or fly, or maybe I'm just too high off these pre-rolls, trying to dodge the wolves and sheets close. Rockin' fake Louis on their toes. I'm like mellow when I hit the free throw. It's that island breeze flow. Something like riding with lower windows on the coast with the homies as we toast to the successes that we made and the music that we built. Now we going off the tilt, off the axis. Is it acid or just drip? That got me dancing on this beat like a crib. I be thinking I'm a pimp on the low, 'cause I whip these beats like some hoes on that OBT road. Niggas from my 4 zone, y'all already know the image I put on. This is more than a couple songs. Going back on these jacks, man, I'm King Kong. King Kong, bass like King Kong. Y'all just some pawns, I'm the chosen one. Hey, King Kong, bass like King Kong. Y'all just some pawns, I'm the chosen one. Pack another fat bong rip, straight up from the zip, spraying straight up from the hip. With the semi, it's these memories, hollow tip. I'm the reason that nightlights even exist. At night I become a monster, hiding 86. In 96, my mama was bagging up, ain't talking chips. Now I'm trying to bag up all these millions from frozen grits. Of them hundreds, so we can finally take a trip without tripping off the price tag. I pull up in the mid-jag, looking like a Gucci rag. Dip in some holy water, tied to a post, made for flags. If you niggas got a problem, take it up with Big Shotta. That's the G.O.D. Heavenly Father. Better respect and honor. Y'all some gunners, I know. King Kong, bass like King Kong. Y'all just some pawns, I'm the chosen one. King Kong, bass like King Kong. Y'all just some pawns, I'm the chosen one. Sometimes I hate the way that my gum tastes, 'cause I love the flavor of poison that my tongue makes. Jumping out the gym, no Dame Dollar, just sub bass. Young Shakespeare, I write stories that last days. Weeks, months, years, fuck these fears. I'm the next to blow, you heard it here. On my puppy shit, respect the gear. Rocking Gucci kicks like Bruce Lee, fucking with a title belt. Words hit like spiders felt, creepy crawly up your spine. Let the acid drain your mind. Fuck you mean this ain't prime? This a lean cuffing kills that I have a line. In the studio, up in the wild, watch your back, I'm on the prowl. ain't corn. Y'all just some pawns.
It's going down.
Here's another exclusive interview on K100 Radio.
K100, you bastards.
All right, we're live right now. We're chopping it up with Kevspeakstruth. All right, you got to make sure you say the whole thing. That's Kevspeakstruth. And we got another direct line interview coming up soon. We're going to run this other one. That was the one right there. We got another song, Kev. Hold on a second. We still got the homie on the line. All right, we're running up against the clock right now. We also have one called Midnight Passenger that we're going to run for the people. Tell us about that one, Kev. Tell us about that one.
Midnight Passenger is an introduction into vibe and bass. So basically what my music is all about, which is to get you moving, get you excited. And it's just something melodic that I'm really in love with. And it's produced by one of my favorite producers of all time, Bill Mine. So it's definitely a banger.
All right, stand by. Hold on. Let me check my line real quick before we pull up on the next call. 850-319. What's up?
Hey, this is Angela Harris just calling in to say hi and to thank K100 Radio for the sponsorship and to again congratulate Kevspeakstruth for his magnificent work as an independent artist.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Good stuff, man. Shout out to BDL for Life magazine. Angela Harris is on the check-in. And again, that's how we ran across Kevspeakstruth. They had a contest down there in Orlando. He came through. He rocked the stage. He won the contest. And here we are. So shout out to Angela Harris and everybody who called to check in. All right. We're getting ready to run this next song by Kevspeakstruth. You guys make sure you don't leave after this. Don't hang around. We got another direct line interview coming up. All right. This is Midnight Passenger. This is Kevspeakstruth. This is K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
She sets me free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. Set you free, set you free. She set me free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. Set you free, set you free. I spend all my nights locked away, spending all my nights in a cloudy haze. I know the future is brighter today. Today, when I look at myself now, I find a very hard to frown. What you doing now? The music is growing wild. That class you're flunking now. I am steady praying all the time for what is mine. Girl, you so fine. She sets me free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. Set you free, set you free. She set me free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. To set you free, set you free. She goes by oh so many names, just her essence burns bright like Olympic flames. A futuristic dame, constantly evolving and dissolving like acid on my tongue. She made my brain go numb. She made me feel like I'm smoking Reggie's, cause she's the dopest one. My God, how could I have this relationship with this seductive bitch? Swear she pulls me away from the main event. Swear my girl says she makes me lose my common sense. My Persephone, I'll chase you to the deepest depths. Her voice is heavenly, she the real reason Jesus wept. And now I'm drowning in a world of regrets. Every time we touch, every bar feels like sex. Where I'm addicted to your flesh, I'll serve as a slave to the motherfucking end. I wear my heart on my sleeve and hold you in my hands. Like, she sets me free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. She set you free, set you free. She set me free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. She set you free, set you free. She lives inside these melodies. She lives inside the pocket of my jeans. She'll set you free, set you free. She'll set you free, set you free, set you free.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
K100, you bastards.
All right, that was Kevspeakstruth. We getting ready to roll out, man. Real quick, Kev, give everybody all your social media information, bro.
Of course, you can find me on everything at Kevspeakstruth. So whether that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, my Snapchat is ThriftyKiller50. But you can find me on there. I have a brand new project, a 3-track EP coming out on May 9th, so definitely be on the lookout for that. It's called Me, Myself, and I.
All right, make sure you check out Kevspeakstruth. Again, shout out to BDL for Life magazine. Big ups to those guys. You guys got down there doing things for the independent artists and showing those guys some love. All right, make sure you check out the homie if you like this music. If you missed any parts of this interview, remember you can check it out on SoundCloud and you can check it out over on YouTube, or you can come back to our Facebook Live page and watch it or whatever. All right, but don't go nowhere because we got another direct line interview coming up. This is Kevspeakstruth. All right, big ups to the homie.